Well, good morning. We should be operational. Should have audio and everything else. With a bit of luck, hopefully you saw the other video for this flight. Not the one that was the here. It was a bit unfortunate, but the internet out here is pathetic. So let's run through a start cycle. I've got quite a bit of time that I need to let this thing warm up with. So let's just go ahead and do an initial acceptance. The flight controls are all free. Now let's go ahead and run through a start cycle. The fuel selector is over on the both. Everything is plugged in correctly so far. I got instrument switches on fuel pump. Come on, I can hear it's positive. The radio will stay on. I'll turn it off at the start. Then bring it back on. Flap. Go ahead. We'll run through the flaps after we've got power on the aircraft. We've got 12 volts. Everything is indicating QNH is set to airfield elevation, which is 285. So we're at about 1023. And all of the other gauges are up. The oil temperature gauge is sticky. There we go, it dropped away now. And oil pressure is indicating 000. All of the gauges are indicating what we should be. Current manifold pressure, just a little bit about 30 inches, which would be indicating our QNH, which is roughly about what we should be expecting. Sorry. I got my little sort of AHARs here that's just a temporary thing because the instrument panel's kind of start and the fuel has been drained and we've got 116 usable, 122 total on board. So let's run through start, throttle, go ahead and just pump the throttle just a tiny little bit. There'll be a choke start, so pump on, fuel is on, choke, it comes on, good look around, full prop. And I'll turn the radio off here for a second. There we go, just the radio's back on now. We're still on the choke, I'll just keep it in here for a little bit. To get rid of the choke, I'm just going to pump the throttle. And get rid of that choke, there we go. And we'll set about 2,200 while it's nice and cold. Oil pressure's quite nice and high. The temperature's looking okay. These aren't going to move at all. We are charging, so we can see we have positive charging available. Switches, and we have noted the time. I filled out the paperwork already. Instrument switches, fuel switches, radio, PC not available, light not available. Aux not applicable, flaps are on. Let's run through the flaps. Bring the flaps all the way up. And bring the flaps all the way down. Okay, stop from the left, from the stop from the right. Set up the black line, and the flaps look nice and even. And bring the flaps all the way up to the negative position. And we'll go ahead and drop them down to my takeoff position. Wonderful. I'm all strapped in, aircraft strapped in. We've got a couple of trucks here we've got to navigate past. Just going to make some changes to this thing. It's the first time I've used this little guy here. I can see that compass is bouncing all over the place. Still kind of is. I'm just trying to adjust the sensitivity. I'm really just trying to see how this thing goes, to be honest. I think just drop it all the way down to 100 and see. This is literally just, yeah, there we go. This is literally just using the internal sensors, so I obviously can't use this for kind of real flying, but as a reference point, might be some value. And what's cool is just a repurposed phone. You know, I haven't used this phone in probably a year and a half. And here it is, getting a new life as a reference gauge. Anyway, I'm happy with the flight control freedom. They're looking okay. There's nothing that's binding on the controls. And I am parked out front of where everyone's asleep, so we're going to go ahead and move ourselves away. Maybe what's a little abnormal today is that I have to watch out for trucks and people. Plastic aeroplane giving way to, wow, there are some fucking monster trucks here today. There's a couple. Hi, friend. Don't mind me. Just coming through. Yep. Hey, boys. Good morning. I was saying I'm significantly lighter than these guys. It is funny when people turn around and see, yeah, like that guy there's just like, what the fuck? People aren't expecting to see an aeroplane just taxiing around. The poor guy's like, what the fuck is that? That's a fucking aeroplane. Oh boy, Tony would have fucking loved to have seen all these trucks. Besides this fucking thing. 2, 3, 4 cars. We'll find our way over to the runway now. Look at that rock. Plenty of room. That truck is a monster. I'll just swing around so you can see the thing. Hopefully the camera is positioned correctly. Oh, it's actually really cool. If you look straight ahead, that cage that's there, that Samantha, is a big wedge-tail eagle that lost an eye when it was hit by a truck. And there's two there, Samantha and the other one. I'm going to go taxi past them because they're actually beautiful. But also look at the size of this truck. Fuck me. 4 cars. Just taxing around in circles. Yeah, these bald eagles, sorry, these are wedge-tail eagles. And you guys think the bald eagle in America is big? Ain't got nothing on the wedgie. These things have got like a 2.5 meter wingspan. Absolute monsters. And both of them, one's got a broken wing, actually has a synthetic wing installed. Got taken away to an animal hospital and looked after, and the other one's lost an eye. So both of them would have been put down, except for one of the caretakers here, absolute loves birds, and the Department of Wildlife gave him a very special exemption to look after both of these bald eagles. Bald eagles, fuck my life, wedge-tails. And yeah, he's one of the only sort of private people in Australia that has the ability to look after them. What do you feed a wedge-tail eagle? Cat. Whole fucking cat. So it takes the cat in there and throws it in. The poor bird that has the broken wing can only fly maybe 2 or 3 meters and falls out of the sky, the poor thing. The other one with only one eye, they just can't tell where it's going. Can't tell at all. Doesn't have any depth perception, so I spent a bit of time talking to him last time I came through. So I love the baldy. Baldies, what am I saying? Wedgie. Alright. I promise you there is a runway over here. Well, it does look like a dump. There is a bit of a runway over here. So, like the other video, the biggest risk for us here is rocks and stuff, and picking up a rock for the propeller is a bad thing. Would mean that we're stuck here for quite some time. So I'm just going to aircraft really warm up, I'm going to probably disregard the mag check today, just because I might. I'm not comfortable pulling any kind of power on this stuff. We're in the middle of a plain or a desert, so the rocks are very light, very loose, and we've got a composite prop on board, so we're going to forgo the mag check. We are looking at 75 degrees here on the coolant. The oil temp hasn't started moving yet, so that's kind of why we're just in a holding pattern. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, in another video, I threatened that I'd give you guys an update. And, well, what's been going on? So I ended up, you're well aware I had to move, and I still don't have the internet in my room, where I've got the computers, and it looks like I'll be moving again, which is a bit of an absolute huge pain. I absolutely hate moving. It is maybe the worst thing in the world, is putting all your shit in boxes. Well, it is for me anyway. I hate it. It's just mad amounts of depression when you just got stuff. Your stuff goes into boxes and your life kind of gets condensed down into this conveniently packaged thing. Bit of a big word, existential, that's it, crisis or whatever. Fuck all I am, there's a couple of boxes. Anyway, enough philosophy. So yeah, I'm going to have to probably move again in the next month or two, which is a bit hard. But the big update is really what I've been doing for work, which surprisingly hasn't been a lot of flying. It's probably the first time I've flown in like 4 or 5 months, I think. And I've done 2 landings, so I can't have forgot too many things. So I haven't flown for a little while. I've been doing a lot of engineering because I picked up a job where I kind of got poached from this company. You're free to go and Google them called Innov Aero, as in innovative aero. And my dude Helios is going to be doing fucking backflips. So I'm actually working on drones. These aren't little drones though. They've got 8 meter wingspan. They've got 8, 10 kilowatt motors in them. Calling them a drone is probably, they're a light aircraft. So the current drone is maximum takeoff weight, we're sort of looking at around 220 kilos. So conventional wings and then fold in arms. If you have a look on Innova's website, you'll see scale pictures. I won't tell you too much more what else that drone does because I'm under an NDA. You can kind of figure out what the capabilities are of that drone by just using terrain. It is not a combat drone, however. It will be not dropping or carrying ordnance. It is purely a surveillance drone. For the maritime environment is where it's aimed for, but there's obvious potential for search and rescue and border patrol and things like that. It's got something like a 10-hour flight time to jet fuel. It's cool little machine. So they brought me on board to help them in the production of that. So I've been helping them from an assembly point of view through to a design point of view. So I've been learning a lot about how to design aeroplanes. The things that go into designing aeroplanes. And then how to produce one. So none of these full-scale aircraft are flown yet. We're still developing. Still in that research stage. I've been taken off that project for a absolute garbage. The wind here is really light. The other half of the runway has got burnout marks, all sorts of crap on it. So I'm actually, even if this is a downwind takeoff, we're going to accept it because otherwise I'll be taking off uphill. So the uphill is about a 20% reduction in takeoff performance, 20-25. Having a 2 to 3 knot tailwind is like a 10% reduction. So we're going to take the tailwind, which means I get to go downhill and I miss all of the crappy runway. So the temperatures are all up here. We're all looking okay. Let's just run through a quick flow. So switches are all right. Switches. Everything is okay. We should be recording. Just one last check. Yep, 15 minutes sitting on the ground. Okay, so hatches, harnesses on secure. Let's go ahead and do a quick brief. This will be a left-hand seat takeoff. Takeoff power, we're looking for 5,000 RPM. If anything goes wrong on the runway, we're going to close the throttle, land straight ahead. Anything goes wrong after takeoff, we're going to glide. We'll be pushing the nose down to 65 to 70. After 65 to 70, we'll be looking for somewhere to land. There ain't too many good places here, so we'll be looking, as soon as we're airborne, we'll be starting to drift a little bit to the right. We'll be drifting a little bit to the right to pick up the highway. So if anything goes wrong, I'll be able to use the road. After takeoff, it's going to be a non-standard right-hand turn to keep over the highway. So there's a little bit of half-decent dirt here. Let's just do a quick mag check. Okay, mag's good and the mag pop up. Yeah, so it's going to be a non-standard right-hand turn just so we can keep the highway nearby. I do have a tower over to my right, so we'll make sure we're downwind of the tower. It's going to be right-hand turn picking up the highway. We're probably only going to climb to 1,000 feet. Just there is some weather downrange that I'm still not sure about, so we're just going to poke our head up, have a look, see what happens. We'll bring the flaps up on schedule. That's probably going to be around 500 feet, clear of obstacles. We'll accelerate through to about 80 knots. We'll climb out at 80. It's only going to take us 2-3 minutes to get up to altitude, whatever we select. Yeah, we'll just take our time getting out of here. With takeoff roll, we're going to advance the throttle nice and slow. Just get a little bit of speed under the wheels before we get to full power to minimize picking up any rock. Flight controls are full and free. And we'll hold this stick all the way aft. It's pretty rocky and shitty up this end. Really don't want to pick up a rock in a tyre. Rock, big rock. Alright, keep standing up the power. These are alive. There's 35. Keep standing up the power. Keep standing up the power, there it is. That's the right rudder. Third. There's 50. Get that nose wheel on. Third, stay the fuck away from me. That bird does not want to stay away from me. We'll go ahead and dodge him. We'll continue flying. There's my positive speed. Look for the climb. Decent D's okay. Start that gentle right-hand turn. Man, that bird had a bit of a death wish, hey? Have to do some active manoeuvring there at low level during a takeoff, but having a bird come through the window would not be a really good thing. Okay, I've got that tower. We're going to turn ahead of it. Continue a nice gentle right-hand turn. Speed still 70, positive speed, or keep the flaps where they are. So we're through 500 feet. Clean up the flap. We're out of there. Yes, no radio call, not required out here. In fact, the poor old runway here at Cocklebiddy is listed as an emergency use only strip. There's probably only been 4 or 5 landings on this strip in the last 2 years, and I would say I was 4 of them. I know there was one other aircraft that landed here once. And then they vowed to never come back again. Okay, quick check over the aircraft at 5300, 80 knots now, climbing away. These are all looking alright, which is, I'm happy where they are. While it is cool, I will actually pick up a bit of altitude here. The engine isn't running hot. On the way out here it was quite warm coming out of Perth, but right now it's a balmy 20 degrees or so. So I'm actually still getting climb rate. At almost my cruise speed. Let's just take that attitude here a little bit. Go back into a nice climb. Temperatures are staying well managed. So I just made the decision. I know I briefed I'll stop at about 1500, but my engine temperatures are staying nice and cool. So I'm just going to burn a little bit of extra fuel, pick up an extra 500 foot. What I do like doing, especially out here where there's nothing, is I will level off. Instead of just climbing up to my preferred altitude, is I'll level off, stabilize the engine piece, and just make sure the aircraft's happy and I'm happy. It gives the aircraft a chance to cool down as well, and that I can make the decision whether I'm going to continue. You know, if I pull the power back here and something doesn't look right or feel right, I could have picked up some bad fuel or anything like that. This gives me a chance before I get 20 minutes or where I can't turn around and come back to where I just came from. Gives me a little bit of room to be able to sort the aircraft out. And definitely flying into a bit of a headwind as well. We're only getting 85 across the ground. We'll be pulling up windy here soon, my favourite weather app. The clouds above us look like they're probably 9, maybe a little bit higher. But what I am worried about is there is some cloud moving in from the ocean. May not be able to see the ocean. I can see it off my right wingtip. But because it is so cool, I'm a little worried that there's going to be some ocean clouds moving in. That's at low level. Windy is predicting that there's going to be a low level cloud at 1400 to 1600 feet in about 50 miles. So I want to have a close eye on that because it's quite thick, and I think I would very much rather be below it. So we might have to do a little bit of scud running to get below the cloud. I don't want to be over it because the instruments on this aircraft are not conducive. Being above the cloud isn't the problem. The problem is if I have an engine failure, I need to come down through the cloud. That cloud is going to be low, yeah, there's no room for error. So my other option, if I can't get under it, is there's 3 airfields. 2 are really, really close to where the cloud sensors start. And I'll just land and wait for it to go. Just haven't quite got this all set correctly yet. Yes, I'm just drifting down at a very 50 foot a minute descent rate. As the navigation for this leg is pretty simple. Just follow the only road below. Follow it, and follow it some more. Just set up the front glasses. We'll set up some sunglasses, and then while I still have cell reception, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a satellite image of where we're heading to. So we go ahead and get this fuel pump off. The switch is coming on. Just keep my hand there. Just at the engine points out, I can do something about it. Yeah, so you can see here on the satellite, it's quite a anchored, but the satellite's showing it's really quite high. Unless there's a local band of low-level cloud, there could be. I can see it moving in from my right, so we're just going to have to keep an active lookout for the weather. We start seeing fluffy things around us, well, we'll have to do something about it. Have a look at what Windy predicts for the cloud base. Yeah, it's still predicting 1,500 foot cloud base, the border of South Australia. Doesn't look like I could change that forecast model. Yeah. So that cloud is about 51, probably 90 nautical miles, 70 nautical miles. I'm definitely not going to see it yet. That's why I'm sort of reluctant to climb. I might come up to 3,500, but let's again check the windy prediction. This app is truly phenomenal. It's almost, when I'm doing long distance flying, it is literally the only thing I use. Like I will get the TAF and all that, but a TAF will give you a 4-hour window of what the weather's doing, and in 4 hours I've already left where that prediction is valid. So it's kind of a bit redundant where this gives me an hour by hour sort of Yeah, so I just checked what the wind is doing right now at 3,500 feet. Just going to move the time forward an hour. Yeah, and so I'm seeing almost still air at 3,000. If I come down to surface level, yeah, there's almost 10 knots. What will it be actually? Yeah, 11 knots. Kind of coming from my right, which is why I'm not getting the correct. So just from looking at windy, I can tell if I sneak my way up here to 3,500, I'm going to be in nice, still, beautiful air, which is exactly what we're going to do. What I was worried about is going all the way up to say 5,000, 6,000 feet and having to come down to get below the clouds. But at 3,500 feet, it's going to be fine. There are some little fluffies out there. They're out over the ocean. Not quite the ocean. So what that probably means is there's an inversion layer at sort of around 3,000 feet, which is where these other clouds are being caught. And so we're going to sneak up above them. We're just going to have to be very aware of this phase, that as the ground heats up, all of a sudden it doesn't just condense and turn to blanket cloud. That would be quite bad. Yeah, it looks like the inversion layer up through 2.5. So I've looked out the window here. Yeah, it looks like it's probably at 2.8 to 3,000. So we're going to be 500 foot above that inversion layer. So if I do need to sneak down under the cloud, we'll be able to. And I'll probably find the air is going to be very, very, very clear as soon as I get above this inversion layer. It's really quite hazy and humid. Yeah, it looks like it's about at 3. But what this will mean is if I come up above it, I should get slightly better ground speed and a lot smoother ride. But this is, I can't express how incredibly abnormal this is. Like, this is the middle of summer across the middle of Australia, and it's like 20 degrees on the ground. Actually, it was a little below this morning. And the inversion layer is at 3,000 feet. I've been here and the inversion layer has been somewhere like 15,000, 16,000 feet. I'm starting to see some big clouds. Yeah, so at 3,000 that's the bottom of the cloud, and about 3,100 is the top. About 100 foot of cloud above me. But there are lots of little white fluffies. I really, really, really cannot get caught above these clouds. So we will continue to make active measures, active decisions, and just put our eyes out the window. It's quite fluffy up ahead. That inversion layer through it, the air is super duper clear. Before it was like really quite hazy. I'll be leveling out here in about 60 seconds. And you'll look out the front, you'll see what I mean. You'll see there's a little bit of cloud and this line of haze. It actually looks beautiful. There's definitely cloud and rain over there. What I should be doing, I think they have a... Yeah, so I can see that thicker cloud, which is over to my left there on the satellite. Alright, so 3.5 with all of that nose. The aircraft accelerate.